morning, fellow INTERPEEPS. I am Scarab. You're watching Scarabic Enterprises. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all for tuning in. This is not recorded on my regular webcam, but it is still in my studio, so ta-da. My main reason is I've done like a fucking, what was it, like a 6-hour stream today, and it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like really early and I haven't slept yet. But, thinking about sleep, and before I wash my hair and, fucking, have a shower and shit, outside of all of that stuff, I remembered I had a really fucking weird dream. This happened about a week ago, maybe about 5 days ago. I don't know specific things. Because brain, no work. But, brain, remember. So, I remember I made a video discussing one of my dreams in the past, talking about like being in a spaceship or something, and I was like with a group of people. We had like guns. We had to shoot like these weird fucking aliens or something. It was very terrifying. But then there was like this. I don't know. It was weird. I'm not here to describe that dream. I'm here to describe my most recent fucked up dream, which was I mean, it wasn't like overly fucked up. It was just mainly like weird. So I don't exactly remember how it started, but I do remember the majority of it. So I've got a memory of being in like a coffee shop somewhere, like a place that's like a cafe. They serve food, they serve coffee, they serve all that sort of stuff. Not like a diner, but more like, just like an in-house cafe at the edge of a fucking building. But it wasn't like a part of a supermarket complex or, like a mall or anything like that. It was, it was its own entity, and it was like somewhere near a beach. I just remember that. Maybe like a beach kind of like St. Kilda, but less urban. So like there wasn't like, it was just, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It was less like a city and more like a country town. But later on it became more like a city. It was really weird. So it was kind of like St. Kilda and near-ish St. Kilda Beach, if anyone knows what that is. It's a place in Australia. It's where Luna Park's located. I also played a couple of gigs around there. That's beside the point. So, started in this weird fucking cafe diner, and there was a waitress there, and she was being just really, really mean to me. And I was there with the person, I don't remember who the person is, but I was there with the person, and, I don't know, we were sort of just like, wow, is it just me, or is that person, like, being really rude to us? Like, what the fuck? Like, I mean, I remember having a conversation with the waitress as well. I think it was a waitress. Just going, like, I came in here to, support your local business. I came in here to, buy some food, just get myself a coffee, and, we're just gonna sit, relax, have a couple, have a conversation, have a couple of bites to eat, and you're just being really rude. And it was just one of those things where I'm just like, I just don't understand your hostilities towards us. Like, what did we do wrong? Have we been here before? Did we make a scene? Like, what was the problem? And I just couldn't understand it, but I got cut off because people started fucking, like, gathering at the windows of the place. Like, they didn't care about what we were doing. Everyone just started looking out the windows. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I ended up looking out the window, and I went outside because, like, it was a bit hard to see out the window, because everyone's head was in the way and all that sort of stuff. So me and whoever I was with, we ended up going outside and looked over to the beach line, and there was just this really big tidal wave coming. This is a huge wave. Like, it was one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get wet. But it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, I'm gonna die. It was a bit like, we should probably move. But, so we saw a tidal wave coming, we were like, oh, fuck. Alright, that's pretty intense. And then that, like, comes crashing through or whatever, and, the beach, everyone on the beach just, like, gets cleaned up. People there with their surfboards and you know, the fucking little umbrellas that people sit under, like the ones that the lifeguards sit under, just sort of just get swept to the side, and you know, people are screaming, and they're just like, oh fuck, what's going on? But that's not like where things get real strange. Behind that wave was a much, much larger wave. It was at least 20 stories tall. It was amazingly huge. It was enormous. And it was so big. Like, it was wide. Like, I mean, from the edge of your eyes, you could not see, you couldn't see anything but the wave, is what I'm trying to say. It was huge. And I was like, fucking hell, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna leg it. I'm leaving, man. I'm leaving. So everyone just starts fucking bolting. The first fucking wave hit, everyone got wet and sort of like, we're like, that sucked. But then the big wave came and everyone ran, and I had to scream. I remember, for some reason, I was on the beach then. Like, I wasn't at the coffee shop anymore. I was on the beach. And I had to, I noticed that there was like a hill. And I'm like, everyone up the hill, because, like, you know, you run to the sides, you're just gonna get cleaned up by the water. I'm like, we gotta climb the hill, like a mountain sort of thing. So that's what I did. I just tried to convince as many people to go up. So I did, and we did. But not everyone made it, like, obviously. I managed to make it unscathed. I don't know how, but I managed to make it unscathed. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's sirens. The weather's been a bit fucked around here, and I think we had some, like, roadworks or something happening. So who knows what's going on, but there's sirens constantly going past. That's not the dream. That was just, like, real life right now. But in the dream, we're on top of the hill, and then, like, it was like a mountain, but on top of the mountain ended up being like a more urban area where there was like trams, there was all that sort of stuff, like, you know, compact city. Why is there so many sirens? Go away, sirens! I'm telling a story about my dreams. Okay, go away. You shoot. You do good elsewhere. Okay. So I had made it to the top of the... how many times have I said this now? I made it to the top of the mountain, and it ended up being like this urban landscape that was like a bit more like inner city sort of thing. Had trams, had all that sort of stuff. But I remember that from being on the beach to climbing up that hill so we don't get KO'd, everyone was decimated. It was like a big catastrophic event. So many people were just like dead, man. Like fucking dead. And it was brutal. It was really brutal. Because I mean, I'm looking at all of these people that were just like, you know, compact against the fucking side of a cliff, that just, from sheer water pressure, was just plastered. Like, it was fucked up. Really fucked up. Violent mind. I've always had a violent mind. But also, I've had a very creative mind. Hence why my dreams are so detailed. It's weird. But anyway, like, I saw the repercussions of it. There was just, like, parts of the water were all muddy. There was, you know, like, fucking, you could see that the water was sort of just washing things away when it went back into the sea and stuff. But it was like, it was pretty brutal. I mean, like, anyone can see, like, what a tsunami or what a tidal wave looks like and the aftermaths of that if you just look it up. Because there is plenty of footage of horrible catastrophic events that have happened across history. But, like, in my dream, like, sort of all of that knowledge sort of just, like, spun into it, and the reality of it was, like, very terrifying. It wasn't really a nightmare, though. I mean, I survived and it wasn't that bad, but this it gets weirder. It gets weirder. Don't you worry. So I saw all of that crazy shit, and I sort of like, I have a really, I don't know, cinematic mind as well. So I was looking at a tram that was so packed of people trying to get out of the area that, like, a couple of the windows were broken and stuff, but there was like a set of like 5 hands just coming out of the window, sort of like dragging across the pavement, like as the tram's going, just because it was so packed that it just had to fill so many people, and there was just like just people with their arms hanging out just to make a little bit more room, that sort of thing. And it was really fucking sad. It was a really depressing sort of like image. But then after that, the dead, it was kind of like the rules of Dawn of the Dead. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. That sort of thing. But the difference is they weren't just zombies. They were just people, but they also had to eat people. It was kind of like Santa Clarita Diet, if anyone's seen that. Where, you died, but you come back and you're still you. Except in this, they were a little bit more evil. You wouldn't guess it at first glance, but like you sort of like see a twinge in their eye where you're going, okay, I'm not gonna follow you because I think you're gonna kill me. That sort of thing. Like, and if you've ever been in a situation where someone's trying to like rob you or fuck you out of your money or something, or try to do something like terrible to you. Have you ever been in a bad situation and someone's being like really sly about things? You'll know what I'm talking about. They've got that weird fucking thing going on in their eye, and you know something ain't right. So in the city, there was a group of these just zombies because like all the dead from the tidal wave just there was just no more room. So now they're all alive again, but they're starting to like get reports of people with like missing digits, and there's just like these people don't necessarily want to hurt people, but at the same time they are a little evil, and they will just be like, oh, I'll just take your finger, like it's all right, you can pass. As like a troll at a bridge. They're just like, oh, you can pass, but I want your finger. I will eat your finger. It's really fucked up. I have no idea why that is. It was just really strange. From going from an argument in a coffee shop to having a tidal wave to having an enormous tidal wave to seeing that tram just packed to the rim with people escaping. And then there was zombies. I remember being in that situation, feeling like I was in this like underpass sort of thing where it was kind of like a car park, but it was like a car park versus a waterway. So like a tunnel where water goes through, but at the same time it was like underground as a car park. It was look, dreams twist things, but it was it was a really interesting sort of layout. And I just remember feeling really uncomfortable, and then I was just surrounded by all of these like people that wanted to eat my fingers and that wanted to, fucking eat me. And I didn't want that to happen. Obviously. I have no idea where my friend went because I started the dream with a friend. I must have lost them when we ran up the hill because I mean they weren't there. So I don't even know if they'd lived or died. But it was just another strange dream. Thought I'd share it with you guys since you guys really enjoyed me sharing the other one. But yeah, I don't know, if I get any more random, weird, strange, silly dreams, I will share them with you because I mean, I don't know. I got nothing better to do. Got to make content somehow. But I don't know. It was just one of those ones that sort of stuck with me. Like I mean, this is like a week ago. It's still in my brain. Most of the time, you dream, it could go within an hour. You won't even remember it within an hour. This one stayed with me. And I am pretty good at sussing out what dreams mean, what it could mean to you as a person, that sort of thing. Like feelings of detachment, feeling of abandonment, isolation is a big one at the moment. But you know what I mean? Like I'm good at figuring it out. But this one was a bit too random. It was a bit too random. So I guess I'm thinking along the lines of like, I don't like confrontation, just in general. I don't like confrontation, so having an argument in my sleep at a coffee shop with just some random person who just doesn't like me, I guess that goes with, I don't like confrontation, and I also don't like feeling out of control, and also being able to feel as if, there's like a hidden factor. I really don't like having fucking like rumors said about me or anything like that. So having someone who's just being a dick to me for no reason, no apparent reason, like I'd like to know why that is. I always want to know why that is. It drives me insane not knowing why that is. It's like, dude, I mean, if you're gonna fucking go up to me and be a dick to me or something, at least tell me why. Because otherwise, I'm just going to be like really confused. Oh man, it's just a thing that humans do, and it's another thing. It's like I'm not a mind reader. I can't read your mind. I don't know what you're thinking. Can you just please just give me some sort of idea as to why you don't like me? And I mean, it could just be the fact that, who knows, I'm a punk, or that I've got a face that reminds you of someone you don't like. It could be that, but at least tell me that. So I'm thinking that is that aspect of it, and like confrontation in general I hate, but like the not knowing, I think that drives me insane. So that's probably why I have the confrontation at the coffee shop. Coffee shop being a coffee shop, I reckon that's just because I really enjoy drinking coffee, and I like to eat out, and I miss it. I miss going out to restaurants and stuff. So I guess that's another reason why I usually get the big breakfast and stuff. So, and then having like the tidal wave and everything. I guess the cataclysmic event. We're in the middle of a pandemic, so having a bunch of people, wiped out by an event. Sorry to put it bluntly, but having a bunch of people, just taken out by this fucking massive wave is kind of like what's happening at the moment, where there is a lot of people that are sick, and a lot of people that are kind of like dropping like flies, depending on like their age and their immune system and stuff. So it's a wave that's going across the whole globe. So dreaming about a giant event or something, but why water? That's another thing. Why water? Do I have a fear of drowning? Am I drowning in something? I mean, I drowned like fucking when I was a kid. Had some fucking water in me or whatever, but that was fucking ages ago, man. I didn't die, not to my knowledge. I don't think I died. But like, why would that resurface now? There's no reason to. So why water? Got to rethink these things. Am I feeling submerged? Am I feeling like things are getting away from me, and I'm losing control? Because a big thing with drowning, and a big thing with like people with water in general, is they fear, like if you swim to the bottom of a really deep, pool or lake or something like that, then going back up, that is the only way you'll survive. There is only air up there, and if you don't make it, you're gonna die. So maybe feeling suppressed or oppressed, maybe that could be a factor. I don't know. Zombies, I reckon, is just simply because I have really loved the show Santa Clarita Diet, and I've been watching horror movies recently as well. So I mean, that could just be a factor. The area, the underground park, sort of like waterway thing. I don't know. I guess you could pull that out of like maybe Skate 3. Not precisely, obviously, but like I think that sort of like concrete structure is probably influenced by Skate 3, so that's probably where I got it from. But why was it there? Why were there zombies there? Like there's a lot to think about, but like I'm thinking mainly about the tram. Like the feeling that I got when I was looking at the tram was very cinematic. Very, very vivid and cinematic. Just seeing that fucking packed tram with broken windows, people just trying to fucking get by, crammed in a small space. Their fucking hands dragging along without a care. Like, I mean, they're just like losing skin and shit, and they're just dragging along the road. Now that has a lot of symbolism. Don't know how much you can pull from it in just because I'm just describing it to you, but for me personally, that was really hard hitting. Maybe that's just how I feel about current events. Maybe that's how I feel about society. I feel like we're all just sort of roped along, being dragged along, all trying to escape at once and not being able to do anything about it. But I'm a very deep person. Most people just find me as a bubbly, happy-go-lucky dude. No, I can get very deep. So I'm probably thinking about it a bit too much, but like, I mean, there is something to think about. Like, if you got to concentrate on your dreams, you got to get your head right. You need to know where your dreams are at. Otherwise, you're not necessarily going to be able to determine everything. A big part of therapy as well, if you guys go to therapy or anything like that. I've been in the past and all that, but a big part of therapy is understanding yourself and understanding why you think the way that you think. So is there outside influences? Is there something going on through your life? A lot of this stuff can emerge from stress. I've been pretty stressed recently, but a lot of it can come from stress. But understanding your dreams is something that can seriously help you in therapy in general. So if you get a weird dream or something, write it down or make a vlog about it or do something. Figure it out, record yourself so you don't forget it, and then analyze it and remember the dream and think about what that means to you and how that applies to you. Because, I mean, you can tell someone else and they can give you a rough idea of what they think of it, but it's what you think of it that really counts. Because everyone's different, and we all see our own demons in different ways. So being able to understand myself and understand how I feel about myself and how I feel about the world is very enlightening. If I put myself aside and actually like concentrate on what is important to me, and then looking at it and feeling sad at the devastation of, you know, just watching all of those people get fucked up on the beach. You know, that was hardcore. And then, like, running for my life to climb a hill. And this is what I'm saying. It wasn't a nightmare. To me, this dream was not a nightmare. It was just an experience. Like, I don't know. It was a dream because it wasn't like... It's not going to get your heart racing and you wake up sweating and you're feeling like shit and you get really scared and depressed. It was just a bit, okay, like what? Like there was hard-hitting moments, don't get me wrong, there was definitely hard-hitting moments, but it was just one of those things where you sort of just put yourself back and go, fucking alright. But it wasn't scary, like... I don't know, it's really hard to describe. And that's why I'm making a vlog about it. Because it was just a fucking weird dream, man. If you guys enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe. You're watching Scarabic Gaming. Let people know I exist, and I'll see you soon, INTERPEEPS.